Hi everyone, Linda from Let's Talk Prepping. And I have a lot of interesting things to tell you tonight, and they all tie together. One is that AI, artificial intelligence, knows who you are and who your friends are, and the IRS is looking at that. So that's one thing. And we know the World Economic Forum has predicted a catastrophic cyber event. And they've predicted other things before and they've come true. So that ties in. And then we know that Ford now says if you miss your car payment, they can repossess your car by turning it off or making it drive to where they want it to be. One other one is, and this was a terrible one, the UK considered mandating killing all pet cats to stop the virus. And then we have a shortage in the hospital of Albuterol. So we're going to look at all of those today and just take a little bit deeper in-depth look and see what's going on. Okay, we're over here at truthtalk.uk, truthtalk.uk, and it says catastrophic cyber event likely in the next 2 years, WEF annual meeting in Davos. And they ask, will there be a catastrophic event? And, they plan pandemic events and other things, and they've occurred. So we've got to take them at face value and think that, yes, it probably will occur. And if you go down here, and this one person says, I believe that there will be another crisis. It will be significant. It will be more significant. We need to actually start preparing for that now. And our good friend Klaus Schwab says a lack of cybersecurity has become a clear and immediate danger to our society worldwide. And then he goes on to say, we all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring, now listen to this, a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. And they do plan these things, and they always have been telling us in advance what is going to happen. So I think we should start preparing. It says the COVID crisis would seem as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack. At this conference in 2020, Schwab warned of a coming cyber pandemic that would shock society to its core, would bring a complete halt to the power supply, again, just what he said above, transportation, hospital services, and our society as a whole. So I think we have to think about that there's a big possibility that something like that might be happening. And I think you should start deciding how to prep for something like that and start preparing. Now, this other one is from USSA News, USSAnews.com. And this is very interesting. It's March 3rd, that's today. This AI knows who you are and who all your friends are and is telling the IRS. And this tech company is looking to sell artificial intelligence surveillance software that can not only determine who you are, but also track your friends. And a lot of you are thinking, oh, well, that doesn't really mean too much, but wait till we get a little further down here. And it says that with a few clickings, they can take any individual from a surveillance camera and trace him back to the people he has seen most often. And software can locate people likely associated on a searchable calendar and take them to a surveillance camera. And I remember reading about this where they kicked someone out of the Radio City Music Hall because they used facial recognition to see that she worked for a law firm that was involved in a lawsuit against MSG Entertainment. And I do remember reading that. And they say one of the real problems with this is that if the IRS is looking into it, what could happen? Imagine if the IRS could also pick and choose who to audit based on the information about your political friends. So they can see that you met with someone once, whoever they might be, who they regard as a political enemy, and therefore they could then audit you. So it's an interesting article. And again, it all ties into what the WEF wants, total control of us. And here it comes, total control. Again, truthtalk.uk. Miss your car payment? Ford Motor Company working on technology that would allow vehicles to repossess themselves. And this is March 3rd, again, today's date. So if you go down here, you see that they have a patent application. And according to the application, if a driver misses a car payment, the vehicle will disable air conditioning, radio, etc., to irritate the driver. But then if the owner misses more payments, the repossession cycle will worsen. The car will emit an incessant and unpleasant sound. Or it might lock the driver out on certain days until payment is made. And still, if the lockout doesn't work and payments are still missed, the vehicle could drive to a safe nearby location for a repo team to seize it and avoid confrontation with the owner. So can you imagine looking out your window and seeing your car driving away without you? That's what they mean. So with the addition of kill switches and full control automation of the car, they can be programmed to automatically repossess themselves if you miss a payment. Further, if the police want to pull you over faster than you pull yourself over, the kill switch could be used to force you to the side of the road. Even during a routine stop, your car could be disabled to prevent driving away prematurely. So another way they're trying to control us, and it's working. I mean, these things are in the pipeline, so to speak. And this is a terrible one. And this is on March 2nd from Summit.news. Summit.news. UK considered mandating killing of all pet cats to stop COVID. So think about that. They considered ordering the euthanasia of all pet cats in the country during the first outbreak. And you know, they scared us so much that some people probably would have euthanized their cats. Others would have stood up against it, and maybe we would have been able to stop all that happened if that had been the case. But they were very unclear whether domestic pets could transmit the disease. Now, cats, this was in Britain, of course, so the UK. Cats probably aren't licensed there. I mean, I don't know. Whereas in the US, the dogs are licensed. So if they said they wanted to euthanize all the dogs, all they'd have to do is just look up the licensing and go to everybody's house and make sure you no longer had a dog. The cat owners were told not to kiss their pets and to observe very careful hygiene around them. So if they're considering all of these things, just think about what more they could be considering. Again, from CNN.com, a shortage of Albuterol is about to get worse, especially in hospitals, and it's March 3rd, 2023, today's date. And there's an ongoing shortage of medicine to treat people with breathing problems, and expected to get worse after a major supplier to a U.S. hospital shut down last week. And it's been in short supply since last summer. And the news of the plant shutdown worries some doctors. And the company shut down because they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And it was the only company to make certain albuterol products used for continuous nebulizer treatment. So that is the danger of having one company make something, or us depending upon China and Taiwan for everything. That's another problem. So we have all these things going on now in the world, and they all tie together because it's all about control of us, how they're trying to make us live in their 15-minute cities, to own nothing and be happy, to eat bugs. And that's what it's all about. So you have to be aware of these things so that you can decide how you're going to counteract them, what you're going to do to survive and preserve your life as you want it. So please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, like the video, and if you have any comments, let us know down below. Thanks so much for watching.